This week we're installing our first lighting project on the interior of the boat, and we're installing two big appliances into the galley, which all these things make it feel much more homey inside rather than like a big project, which is very, very exciting. And this week I get to cut a big hole in the boat. It's time to install some lights. I'm starting with the doghouse overhead. First, I had to take off the panels and drill holes through the deck beams where I will be running wires. I'm drilling the smallest holes possible as close to the doghouse side as possible to minimize any structural issues. All right, so that's exciting. That's the very first wire for a light. It'll be the sink light, so it's a big recessed light that will hopefully light up the sink in this area really, really well. A lot more of these to do in the future.
Love those scissors.
They're very cool. So these are just little pigtails that I'm taking off of this main line that are going to power the overhead lights in the doghouse. So we'll flip on a switch and there'll be 4 lights that come on down the center of the doghouse overhead. I should have cut this one longer, but it'll be fine. Our friend Alex came over to give me a hand. All right, so our holes are drilled. Alex did some hand planing around the perimeter to hope these things are still a work in progress as far as getting them fit. And so hopefully they fit a bit better and the lights fit. That one will be a work in progress as we put more and more wires in there.
Do you want to test the light in that, or?
Yeah. This is going to be tricky. And I need to be able to... It's not going to fit, is it? Because they're too...
It's in forever.
Look at that! Gotta fix that. Okay, next one. They're fitting way better. Okay.
These are the lights we're installing, and they've got these little spring-loaded things in the back which hold them into the holes really well, but you've got to hold all 4 tabs up at the same time, put it into the hole, and then release them, and the panel sits behind the tabs like that. But they're a little tricky to get all 4 in at once.
Awesome. Okay, last one.
You can still see the arrow on that one too. Just a little bit. We're going to try putting one of the lights in the panel before we put it up and see if we can reach in there and get the wires connected so that we don't have to deal with putting the light in while it's real close to the ceiling.
And this might be, show that it might be easier to just pull the panel off rather than take the light out of the panel.
That's the new.
Hey! Nice. What do you think?
Beautiful.
Yeah. I have to give a huge thanks to Connor and J-Mark at IMTRA. They were a huge help when it came to designing my lighting layout, and then they gave us a really great deal on these beautiful lights. And this is just the beginning. We'll be installing lots more lights as they arrive from IMTRA. Alex and I spent the rest of the afternoon doing a bunch of wiring throughout the boat for just the lighting. And that's what this bundle of wires is. This is going to be one zone. I have planned out 3 lighting zones. This is just one zone, and it basically encompasses the engine room, everything aft of the engine room, and the starboard side of the boat up to the head. And so it includes the galley, it includes all the port lights, it includes, like I said, the head and the salon area, the engine room. So there's a ton of lights. This is the biggest zone. It's the biggest consumer as far as power for lighting. Next week, what I'm going to be doing is wiring up, like finishing the wiring to a fuse block, which will go right here. But all these wires, they branch out in all different places. Mostly it goes up to the starboard side shear and forward from there. And so some of these are pretty long runs, up to like 40 feet. But it's, again, the advantage of using LEDs, which are like little, like next to no consumption, and higher voltage. These are all at 24 volts. And so this is 14 gauge wire, but it could actually be even smaller. ABYC, I think, lets you go down as far as 16 gauge, but I just bought a big roll of 14 gauge because I knew it would cover a whole range of installations that I'm going to be doing. So anyway, all this wiring is done. It was a good project to knock off the list, and so the next project is to install the fuse block that'll go right here. We're going to be installing the fuse block next week because this week we got a very cool delivery. I prepared the space in the galley by reinforcing the opening to receive the fasteners, and I installed a couple of cleats that will hold a couple of aluminum square tubes used to support this new appliance.
on the other side. All right, how's that feel to you?
Just fine.
All right.
My friend Al, an old friend and sailor, helped me move the new fridge into the galley. They say it weighs 134 pounds, but we don't think it weighed that much.
Got it? Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, actually.
Does
Nope.
it not fit?
Bigger door coming soon.
Yeah, we're gonna get the chainsaw out. So I considered a few options, including grinding the door to be a lot bigger or making a new big hatch in the foredeck. And I landed on just cutting a hole in the roof of the doghouse. This will be much quicker and easier. I think this looks like a good spot. Of course, I'm joking. I had planned that the fridge just needed a little disassembly in order to fit.
Let's hope your measurements are right.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Okay, so far so good.
So we're going there?
Yeah.
Let's start with the door of the fridge, or door of the stove. Toward you. There we go. Yeah, I wouldn't go any further than that, Matt. You're really gonna have a hard time with the starboard side screws. Is that the same screws?
Mm-hmm. Do the final fit, slide it in.
Ready?
Yeah.
Hang on, hang on.
So there are little feet.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to take the feet off because it's too high. This hits the countertop.
Oh shit. Okay.
The opposite of voila. Le shit!
Catastrophe. Uh-huh.
Well, because when I put that first thing on, I don't think I ever tightened those.
I tightened those two last. Well, let's get the feet off and push it all the way up to the wall and see how it feels.
Yes. So that took about half.
Hey, voila. Excellent. Next, I prepared the space in the galley for permanent installation of the dishwasher. And yeah, in case you missed it, we are going to be really spoiled with a dishwasher. Chris, a viewer, reached out and said he wanted to purchase something for the boat that was something we wouldn't spend the money on otherwise. Yanni and I both immediately chose a dishwasher. Thank you again so much, Chris. I installed a cleat on one side and I replaced the foam core with these plywood biscuits on the other side. This is all so I have solid material to fasten in the dishwasher. All right, so I've got this space prepared now for the dishwasher to go in. So what I'm gonna do is fit it in, I'm gonna run the cables and the plumbing that comes off of it, and then we're gonna screw it to the wall so that when the boat heals, the dishwasher won't fall out. Okay, so this is very cool. The dishwasher is permanently installed, so it is all screwed in place. I've actually got the outlet set up for it. So this dishwasher will run on 120 volts. And so we'll have to have the inverter on to run this. I kind of see this as a device that we'll use when we have ample power and everything. It's not going to be an everyday use kind of thing. But yeah, it's wired in. The drain will drain just out the sink drain. And so it'll just drain straight out the bottom of the boat. The only thing I'm worried about is that this drawer, when the boat is healing on a port tack, this drawer could fall open. And so I will need to install some kind of barrel bolt or some kind of latch to make sure that this thing doesn't fall open when we're sailing. And you'll notice that it does not, when the dishwasher opens and when the fridge opens, they do not interfere with each other. I spent a lot of time making sure that these things would all fit and work together without interfering with each other. I'm very, very, very happy with how this fridge looks. It fits perfectly in its place. So this is a Vitrafrigo. It's I think a DW210, and it is you can get these in all different configurations where some of them have a top freezer and a bottom refrigerator, or both are freezers. This one is both are refrigerators, both drawers are refrigerators. And it runs on either 12, 24, or 120 volts AC. It's very versatile and lots of space. It's more than 6 cubic feet of fridge space. And so I gotta say thank you to Shore Marine, another local to the Puget Sound area marine supply company. And they specialize especially in like galley stuff. So, well, galley stuff and heating. It's a really, really great company because the guys that work there are extremely knowledgeable and very helpful. And they gave us a great deal on this refrigerator. We debated whether we should take off the protective tape that's on this stuff, and we decided we're gonna leave it on until the boat is ready to go. We have a new Patreon to thank this week. If you are interested in joining our Patreon community, you can find us at the Duracell Project on patreon.com. So thank you to James, who has a 39-foot power boat that he just bought that has been converted to an electric drive with a big battery bank, and I'm curious to hear more about his setup. So thank you very much to James, and of course thank you to everybody who's helping with our project. We really couldn't do it without you. We'll see you next week.